An Iranian vessel classified as a drone aircraft carrier has been sunk. If confirmed as a carrier loss, it would be the first time a ship in that category has gone down since World War II. But the debate over what this ship actually was might matter more than the fact that it's now on the ocean floor. You are watching NowBurst. This story is developing fast, and here is what we know right now. Iran's drone carrier was not what most people picture when they hear the words aircraft carrier. It was a converted civilian cargo ship, roughly 55,000 gross tons, fitted with a flight deck designed to launch and recover drones. It had been in service for just over a year, and when it was hit, it was operating alone, without the kind of escort group that any conventional carrier would travel with. That distinction matters. A carrier strike group exists because a carrier cannot defend itself. Sending one out without escorts is either a statement of confidence or a catastrophic miscalculation. The circumstances of the sinking point toward the latter. A vessel that size, without escort ships, without layered air defense, is exposed. It has no way to stop an incoming missile or aircraft on its own. Military analysts have noted that operating a high-value target in contested waters without protection is, from a tactical standpoint, extremely risky. The bigger question is whether this carries the weight the headline suggests. The claim that this is the first aircraft carrier lost since World War II rests on classification. Iran designated this vessel as a carrier. It carried aircraft, specifically drones, and launched them from its deck. By that narrow definition, it qualifies. The reaction online, though, has been split on whether the label holds up. One camp argues the definition is straightforward. The ship carried aircraft, it launched them, it recovered them. That makes it a carrier, full stop. Others push back hard, pointing out that this was a cargo ship with what amounted to a small runway bolted on top, no catapult system, no armored flight deck, and no compartmentalization designed to survive enemy fire. A converted civilian hull lacks the damage control measures built into purpose-designed warships. When the British cargo ship SS Atlantic Conveyor was hit by 2 Exocet missiles during the Falklands War, the warheads didn't even detonate inside the hull, but the ship burned and sank anyway. Civilian construction is not built for combat. That historical parallel cuts in an unexpected direction, though. During World War II, dozens of carriers on both sides were converted from civilian or other military hulls. Escort carriers were built on merchant ship frames. The American Independence class was constructed on partially completed cruiser hulls. Many of those vessels saw intense combat. Some survived, many didn't. The idea that a converted ship can't count as a real carrier would disqualify a significant portion of the carriers that actually fought in the war this milestone is being measured against. Iran has not publicly detailed the operational purpose the vessel was serving when it was sunk, or what its drone complement looked like at the time. The country's naval doctrine has increasingly emphasized asymmetric capabilities, using smaller, cheaper platforms to challenge larger, conventional forces. A drone carrier fits that strategy. It doesn't need to match a United States supercarrier. It needs to put enough unmanned aircraft in the air to make an adversary think twice. That strategy just took a visible hit. The pilot, or weapon system operator responsible for this strike, now holds a distinction no one has held in over 80 years. They sank a carrier. Whether that ends up in the history books as a big moment or a footnote depends entirely on how you define the ship that went down. The online reaction captures that tension precisely. Some treat the sinking as proof that Iran's naval ambitions exceed its actual capability to protect high-value assets. Others argue that mocking the vessel misses the point, that Iran built a functional drone launch platform at a fraction of the cost of a conventional carrier, and that the concept itself is sound even if this particular ship is gone. A few voices raised a different concern entirely, asking what it means that carrier-class vessels are being lost at all, regardless of size, and whether this means even the largest ships are vulnerable to modern anti-ship weapons. That last question is the one defense planners around the world are paying attention to. The United States Navy operates 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers, each costing tens of billions of dollars and carrying thousands of crew. Those ships travel in heavily defended strike groups because a carrier alone is a target. Iran's experience just demonstrated what happens when that protection isn't there. But the spread of advanced anti-ship missiles, hypersonic weapons, and drone swarms has made some analysts question whether even a full strike group can guarantee a carrier's safety in a future high-intensity conflict. The ocean where Iran's drone carrier went down is quiet now. Somewhere, the wreckage of a ship that was a cargo vessel turned drone platform, and now a historical footnote sits on the sea floor. The vessel cost a fraction of what a true supercarrier costs. Replacing it would not bankrupt Iran, but the question it leaves behind is not about one ship or one navy. It is about whether the age of the aircraft carrier, the dominant weapon of naval warfare for 80 years, is starting to end, or whether this was simply the wrong ship in the wrong place without the right protection.